Hello, and welcome to the Well-Read Monocle. Today, we delve into the dark, atmospheric world of Hellmouth, a novella by Giles Kristian. Set against the gritty backdrop of 14th century Bohemia, this is a tale that blends historical fiction with supernatural horror, following a war-weary band of mercenaries who accept one final, fateful commission. Part 1, The Mercenary and the Cardinal. The story takes place in Bohemia in the year 1370. We are introduced to our protagonist, Galien, a seasoned mercenary captain. Galien is a man of contradictions, a warrior who paints delicate images on his armor yet kills with brutal efficiency. We first meet him and his hardened company, including his old friend Godfrey, the fierce swordswoman Gisela, and the young Tancred, fresh from a muddy, visceral victory in the service of Duke Václav. They are tired, cynical soldiers who fight for coin, drowning the memories of violence in wine and debauchery. Their respite is short-lived. At dawn, Galien is woken by a knife to his throat. He has been found by Cardinal Cesarini, a powerful churchman from his past. We learn that Galien was once a man of God, or at least a man of standing, before losing his lands and being excommunicated. Cesarini offers Galien a job: travel to a remote village called Blatz, deep in the Křivoklátsko forest, and capture a heretic, a former stonemason turned fanatic. The cardinal insists this man has gathered a cult of peasant followers. In exchange for this service, Cesarini offers not just silver, but a full papal indulgence, a washing away of all sins for every member of Galien's company. Despite his skepticism, Galien accepts, largely because he has no other choice. They are to be accompanied by a sickly priest named Brother Jaromir and a silent, intense young woman named Maud, who bears a scar in the shape of a cross on her forehead. Part 2, The Forest and the Village. As the company rides north, the atmosphere grows oppressive. The forest is unnaturally quiet. They soon encounter grim omens, the corpses of 3 knights hanging in the trees, brutally mutilated. One has had his tongue removed, another has been disemboweled. These were well-armed men, yet they were slaughtered with ease, suggesting their killers were not mere peasants. Further along, they find trees marked with symbols painted in pitch and blood, a circle with an eye, and a goat's head. The tension amongst the mercenaries mounts as they arrive at the village of Blatz. It is completely deserted. There are no people, no dogs barking, and no smoke. They find disturbing signs of madness, a sow being eaten alive by other pigs, and a dog hanged from a beam. The horror deepens when they enter the village church. The stench of blood and excrement is overwhelming. Inside, they find a man bound before the altar, his stomach cut open. He is not the heretic they seek. When Galien inspects the body, the corpse's eyes open, and maggots spill from its mouth as it whispers a Latin phrase, in absentia lucis, tenebrae vincunt, in the absence of light, darkness prevails. The priest, Brother Jaromir, reveals the dead man was actually a bishop named Joseph, sent here by the church to guard against a terrible evil. Part 3, The Castle of the Pit. Following a track north, the company discovers a castle hidden in the mist. It is a strange fortification, built in a place of no strategic value. Galien notices that the arrow slits are fake, painted onto the stone, and the defenses face inward, not outward. He realizes this castle was not built to keep enemies out, but to keep something in. They enter the castle to find their companion, Tancred, standing in a trance, bleeding from his eyes and ears. Overcome by a sudden, unseen terror, Tancred drives a dagger into his own neck, killing himself. Following this shock, the group discovers a room filled with naked, hanged women. The evil here is palpable. They descend into the castle's undercroft, where they find a massive pit in the earth. Surrounding it are dozens of naked men, chanting in whispers. In the center sits a corpse with a goat's head placed upon its shoulders, a mockery of a king on a throne. When the mercenaries attack, the naked men fight with demonic fury. During the chaos, the female warrior Evelina is dragged into the pitch-black pit. Part 4, Into the Hellmouth. Refusing to leave Evelina, Galien descends into the pit on a rope. He is followed by the survivors of his company. They find themselves in a vast subterranean cavern containing a dark, underground lake. As they cross the water in a boat, the environment begins to warp their minds. Ansel, one of the mercenaries, hallucinates seeing Evelina and steps off the boat, vanishing instantly into the black water. They dock at a strange shore that appears to be a sunlit meadow. The darkness lifts, replaced by a surreal, golden-hued forest. They find a timber hall where a lavish feast is taking place. It seems to be a paradise. There is food, wine, and lustful women. Galien and his men, drugged by the atmosphere, begin to eat and drink, forgetting the horrors they have just witnessed. However, the illusion shatters. The priest, Jaromir, tries to warn Galien, revealing the truth about Maud. Years ago, Maud and her mother were condemned for witchcraft and thrown into the hole. Maud climbed out alone, changed by what she found in the dark. As the priest speaks, the beautiful woman seducing him transforms into a monster and tears out his throat. The feast is revealed as a hallucination, the food is rotting entrails, the wine is blood, the beautiful women are demons feasting on the flesh of Galien's men. Godfrey, Galien's closest friend, is devoured before his eyes. Part 5, The Demon Lord. Galien, Gisela, and the few remaining survivors fight a desperate retreat against the swarm of creatures. They are picked off one by one until only Galien and Maud remain. A deep, ancient voice commands Galien to bring her. They enter a final cavern where a demon lord sits upon a throne, a massive, winged figure with a goat-like head. The demon reveals that Galien has served him unwittingly. It was Galien who, years ago as a younger man, had helped cast Maud and her mother into the pit during the witch trials. He has now returned her to the darkness as required. Maud's skin rips open to reveal dark wings. She has fully embraced her nature as a creature of the pit. The demon lord offers Galien his heart's desire in exchange for submission. Galien, holding fast to the memory of his wife and daughter, refuses. He raises his sword and defiantly curses the demon. In the final moments of the narrative, the reality of the Hellmouth shifts abruptly. We are transported back to the sensation of drowning in mud, a callback to the battle described at the very beginning of the book. Galien is choking on brown water, the weight of a man pressing him down into the earth. The story ends with him gasping for air, leaving us with a chilling ambiguity. Was the journey to the castle a literal descent into hell, or was it the dying hallucination of a soldier drowning in the mud of a battlefield? Hellmouth is a story about the inescapable nature of sin and the trauma of war. It suggests that for men like Galien, who have lived by the sword, the line between the battlefield and hell is non-existent.